Art, philosophy, politics, sports, literature and dance of Greek civilization are known to everyone. The ancient Greeks scaled the heights in literature, visual and dramatic arts, philosophy, politics, sports and many aspects of human life. Here are the students of Akal Academy who will try to show some of the features of Greek civilization, intricacies of Athens society and of course the great philosopher of Athens, Socrates. Scene 1. The first scene shows a religious ceremony of nobles in Athens. The following religious practices take place: offering prayer to god and goddesses, performing sacrifices, offering gold and silver to gods. Athens is famous for games as Olympic took its origin in Athens. The following sport activities take place: carrying a mashal, athletics, disc throw, javelin throw, etc. Dance and sculpture did not remain untouched by the Greeks. The following dance activities take place: performance of dance, group songs, exhibition of some masterpieces of arts. Scene 2. The Athenians were the ones who invented a new type of government called democracy, means people power. The second scene demonstrates the Athenians sitting in parliament and discussing about taxation and working of present government. Speaker of the parliament addresses the members.
Respected members, welcome to the parliament. As you know, the expenses of states are increasing. Therefore, we should increase taxes.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Heavy taxes will surely solve our problems.
Finally, the decision of increasing taxes was taken. Scene 3. Many people around us say that they know everything, but actually they know nothing. Learned people are those who almost know everything but say they know nothing. These are the quoted lines of great philosopher, reformer, and wisest of the wise, Socrates, who questioned the fixed and traditional notions of Athens society. Exploitations of peasants and poor people was being witnessed by Socrates. One day, Socrates witnessed an incident which showed the soldiers demanding high taxes from the farmers.
Dear peasants, there is an increase in taxes and you have to pay 50% of your production instead of 30%.
We couldn't produce anything due to drought, so how can we pay taxes?
How dare you!
Few farmers refused to pay tax because they had paid everything they owned. All those peasants who refused to pay taxes were tortured and beaten by the guards. One of the poor farmers cursed himself and urged to God,
O God, have pity on poor. Bring some miracle to the land of Athens.
Immediately, Socrates appeared and advocated to the people of Athens.
Miracles? What miracles are you talking about? A miracle isn't us. God can never ever come to help you, my dear. You yourself have to put efforts to reform the society.
Youth of Athens gathered to listen to the views of Socrates.
I, Socrates, urge the youth of Athens not to accept any law and any supremacy without any logic. We have to be rational and logical in each and every aspect. We ourselves are the masters of our destiny. Youth, let me show you the nature of Athenians. I shall tell you whether the Athenians are enlightened or unenlightened. Behold, here the human beings are living in the caves of darkness since their childhood, and their necks and legs are chained in the fetters of darkness so that they cannot move and can see only before them. I request you to break the barrier of darkness.
Socrates, Socrates!
The speeches and the views of Socrates influenced the youth of Athens in such a way that they started questioning the law, the religion, and the tradition of Athens society. At the same time, Socrates became popular and emerged as reformer and the voice of youth. The changing attitude and tendencies of Athens youth were not liked by the nobles in the Athens. They considered Socrates accountable for such change in society and arrested him.
Socrates, Socrates!
Scene 4. After a few days, Socrates was presented in the court for trial. He was accused of instigating and corrupting the youth. As soon as Socrates enters the court, people started shouting,
Socrates, Socrates!
Dear jurors, Socrates has been presented in our court and he is guilty of corrupting the youth and not recognizing the lords of state. His accusers, Meletus, Anytus, and Lycan will prosecute the case.
I am Meletus. I am Anytus. And I am Lycan. We are the lords of states, and we are bringing following charges against Socrates. We swear that we will be impartial and fair in speaking about Socrates.
Who is first to speak from the accusers?
I, my lord, Socrates is accused of corrupting the youth and changing the mind of the youth. He is accused of not recognizing the Lord of states and introducing his own God and law.
Who is next to speak?
I, my lord, Socrates interrupted the public gathering and made his own gathering by exploiting the youth.
Is there anyone sitting in the trial who doesn't remember the wealth, power and empire of Athens? It had magnificent temples and monuments. These monuments have been destroyed. Who was behind this?
Socrates, Socrates!
Today our treasury is empty. Naval power is lost. Thousands of citizens are dead. Who is behind this disaster?
Socrates, Socrates!
Students and youth rejected the laws of state and protested. Whose disciples were they?
Socrates, Socrates!
Socrates did not teach wisdom but emphasized that he alone is the wisest. He has destroyed the morality of our forefathers. The penalty of all these crimes is death.
Accused Socrates is allowed to speak if he wants.
I'm an old man of 70s standing in the court of lords for the first time. Your lords of God say that I teach natural science and they call it nonsense because they like the one who teaches about money and wealth. I am guilty of introducing my own divinity, but at the same time, your allegations prove that I do not believe in God. But I ask you, a person who doesn't believe in God or divinity, how can he introduce his own God? Your statement is contradictory, as it says that someone believes in humanity, but not in humans.
You all, 501 people, will decide the fate of Socrates by voting. How many votes?
My lord, I swear I will be impartial in counting the votes. My lord, 263 are against Socrates, 234 are in favor and 4 are abstained.
Voting took place. final judgment was done and he was sentenced to death. This was the end of Socrates. Socrates refused to defend himself. Rather, he said,
Now the hour of departure has come. I to die, you to live. Which is better, God alone knows.
Socrates drinks the cup of poison and dies. Socrates was a great philosopher and thinker who enlightened the world. He was the legacy of Greek civilization. Socrates was punished and killed for many unjustified allegations. Indeed, he put efforts to alter and overthrow the tyrannical rule in Athens. He was a messenger and a promoter of democracy, and he did not leave a stone untouched to reform society and to bring democracy in Athens. To fulfill his dreams of democracy, wisdom and virtue, the best way which he found was to teach and motivate his disciples. Teaching disciples such principle, rational thinking was considered crucial by the laws of Athens. Thus, he was punished for the crime which was not committed by him. Socrates has departed, but his principles and theories are still alive, that have been advocated by Plato, Aristotle, and many other philosophers.